It's the shits. Dan Ringwald here for the Personal Power Project and my little series on home improvements and going green. And we've got a little something here that seriously is the shits, but it's good shit, okay? So what we've got is septic tank. And a few months, well actually it's been a year and a half now, we've got something we put down here in our septic tank called the Septic Genie. And it's bubbling away down there, as you can see. And it's actually pretty clean. It's finally did the job. You know, that's the side that takes the solids. And it's bubbling away like crazy. And you can see there's no blockage of the pipe going into it. It's working out fine. The other side is the liquid, not the solid side. And it's clean. It's not all backed up. There's no toilet paper. There's nothing down there but, you know, dissolved shit and tablets that dissolve it. And then it goes through that drain into the dry well, which was blocked up and would have cost us $50,000 to replace the dry well. Dry well goes this direction over here in the driveway to about that spot right there where they drilled. So when we built the house here in Santa Barbara, you can see we got a little bit of a hazy day out there. But we built this this home about 25 years ago, and basically you have a dry well that takes the liquids, goes down a large tube in the ground about 40-50 feet, something like that, and it quit working here a couple of years ago. And I got this thing called a Septic Genie that goes down. We had them clear out all the shit in the septic tank, all the paper, which is always backing things up. You know, it's kind of funny, this whole thing about the pandemic and COVID-19 and everybody running to the store and getting toilet paper and the shelves are dry. No toilet paper. Well, you know, the solution to that is something called a bidet. So we put bidets on our toilets, squirt your butt, clean yourself up, and you don't really need toilet paper at all. Now you can use toilet paper to dry off just to make sure you're clean, but they've got them, and we do on ours, has an air blower that'll blow you dry. Choice, whatever. And most people in the world are going to go, well, who the heck needs a septic tank and all that kind of stuff, because we're on city this and city that, which we're not. But you certainly wouldn't have to use toilet paper if you were using bidets on your toilet seats. So in any case, that's what solved the problem of getting lots of paper in our septic tank. But the biggest problem we had was after 25 years, our septic tank backed up, sludged up, would not drain. There's no way we could really drill another one because they tried 3 or 4 times before. And because of all the rock we have up here, there's no way that they could find any other place to put a dry well. So we really would be in bad shape if we couldn't solve this problem. Well, they said $50,000 for a new dry well because it's Santa Barbara, not $5,000 or $10,000 because it's in the Midwest. That's the price of living in Santa Barbara. But in any case, the solution, Septic Genie. Now when I first got this, installed it, and I'll tack on the previous videos of putting that installation in to this video, I didn't want to come out and say, hey, I got this great thing, you know, I'm hoping it works. I don't really care about, I hope it works. What I care about are the results. Did it work? And of course it took months. I called them back up about 6 months into this and said, it doesn't seem like it's working. And maybe it's a scam, I don't know. And they said, hey, look, you got to be patient. It takes anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. And it'll go down a little bit, and then it'll stop, you know, kind of slow down, and then it might go down a little bit more. Our septic tank, if you look at this thing in here, it actually was up to almost this rust level of water where it just wasn't going down, ready to overflow. And now, as you can see, it's all the way down to the drain, and that 4-inch pipe is what goes to the dry well. It's just like draining really, really good. And in Santa Barbara, they say, hey, if they come up and clean your septic tank and it's not draining properly, it gets reported to the city, and the city will fine you if you don't get it cleared up. You get 2 or 3 chances when they come out and drain your septic tank and clean it out, which has to be done once every 5 or 10 years. Some people say, oh, I never do it. Well, you know, it does have to be done eventually. But now, with this Septic Genie bubbling up down here, it's never going to have to be done again. This thing is like solved for life. I mean, it's amazing. And really, I'm not making any money from promoting this thing. I'm just telling people, you know, if you're on septic tanks and leach lines and you put the Septic Genie in there, clean the septic tank out first, then put the Septic Genie in there, put the tablet in there once a year or twice a year. We do it twice a year. It solves the problem, you know. It gobbles up all that shit, turns it into, you know, water or whatever. It just eats it up. And then it flows down into the leach line and flows down into the septic tank, and it gobbles all that stuff up and actually unclogs everything. And it's working. So, in any case, I'm amazed. And I really didn't want to get out there and say, I hope it works. I had to wait. And it took basically about 2 years. It really started to show like it was working to some degree at the 1.5 year point. And then as we got closer to the 2-year point, I came out here one day and I was cleaning things up, and all of a sudden I heard this kind of almost like a sucking, whirling noise, and I looked down there and the water was just heading out the pipe and into the dry well like crazy, siphoning down. And I just went, oh my God, this stuff actually works. So, you know, about $1,000 for the product, depending on what size tank you have. And it might take 6 months, it might take 2 years, mine took 2 years because they've been 25 years. I'm getting rid of this little filter, and the filter is just what goes on this. You pull out the filter there. Yep, back here you pull out the filter there and replace it. That's about 25 years old. It's breaking, it's about, so I'm putting another filter in. That's, you know, not the solution to any of this stuff, but it certainly helps to keep solids from going down into the dry well. But I don't even really have to worry much about that now because there's so much of it being cleaned up on the septic tank side. So, you know, hey, what can I say? It's the shits. Back in the 60s, it's the shits, man. It's really good. And of course, if it wasn't good, it was just shitty, right? And what are we talking about? Well, back then it was illegal marijuana, which today it's all legal in most places. But that's a whole nother story. We're not going to go down that road, right? So get back to me. If you like the video, you know, give us a high five, subscribe. I've got a lot of other things I'm going to show you, you know, and I'll have it kind of divided up between real estate and going green and everything else on the YouTube channel. So thank you for checking it out, and get back to me with any questions. This shit works. Thanks.